What's happening, everybody? It's Knife Life 777 coming to you today with another knife. What we have here is a Spyderco pair of 3. This is my first pair of 3. I was waiting for the right one for me to try it out, and I figured I'd go with the K390. I was waiting to, get a really crazy steal for the pair of 3. For a while, I was looking at the S110V, but then I found out about the K390, and I heard a lot of good things about it. So I decided to pick it up, but I am getting rid of it because, well, I'll tell you why in a minute. First of all, you may notice that these are not the scales that it comes with. We'll get to that. In the box, it comes with the usual paperwork in the bag. And it comes with this little card here. It says, the knife in this box has a high carbon, high performance blade and components that are not rust resistant. It requires proper and diligent maintenance to keep it corrosion free. Whether you use the knife or not, it should be protected from exposure to moisture, skin oils, and acidic fluids, citrus fruit, etc. Clean and wipe the entire blade surface regularly with a light coat of oil, silicone, or similar high-quality protection lubricant. Spyderco is not responsible for the development of corrosion or pitting on any high-carbon blades or components. That's the first one I've seen of that in any of my knives. So, but yes, K390 is a high carbon steel, and it is not very rust resistant. It tends to rust very quickly. Literally the next day after owning it, I noticed some rust on it, so I decided to acid wash it. As you can see, I put the nail polish. I put a little bit too much of it, but that's all right. But yes, and over here too. It is what it is. But yeah, a lot of people use ferric chloride to acid wash their blades. I use not muriatic acid. Hold on. Sulfamic acid. It comes in a little crystal. It comes in a crystalline powder. And what I do is I mix a little bit of water in with it and make it into like a paste, and put it in a cup, and I put nail polish around the pivot, and then let it dry so that it doesn't stain that part, so that it's still slick, and so that the pivot can move freely, because this stuff kind of feels like you know how aluminum anodizing has like that sticky feeling, that chalky feeling. Well, that's how this feels usually right after that you acid wash it. So so I put the nail polish on, and then you dip it in, and this I left it in for 15 minutes, and that's what I got. I think it looks pretty neat, and it leaves those little like sparkly, like those little holes all over, and it leaves a really cool pattern because of all the crystals, and there's little air pockets in between. So Ferrochloride is a liquid, so it tends to leave a more complete mark on your blade. So that was one thing I decided to do. Another thing I decided to do was get rid of the scales. I loved the texture of the scales, but I didn't like the color. The color was like an army green, and I just was not fond of it. There's a picture of it. Yeah, it wasn't for me. I do like the color green, but I don't really like I'm an asshole. It's kind of like the color of my sweatshirt, and I do love the sweatshirt. But anyway, I didn't like the color on the knife, so I looked and looked for a good pair of scales. I found these on ripsgaragetech.com. These are red canvas micarta, and I think they look pretty sweet. Now, I did have a deep carry pocket clip on here. I had this one that's on my Shaman now, but since I'm selling this, I put the stock clip back on. So I wanted to get a Para 3 for a very long time, but when I got it, I really liked it. I really did, but it's really small. Like, when I put my hand on it, like, some of my hand is sticking off of it. I have pretty big hands. I'm a pretty big dude. I'm 6'2". I weigh 230 pounds, and I got big hands. So, I wanted to keep it like as like like a small EDC knife that I could carry around with me, but I don't know. I just decided to sell it. I figure I got some other knives that I really like, so I figured I'd sell it and get the money back for it and just put it to another knife. It was good to flick a little bit, and it was I like the shape of it. I like the design, but maybe the Para 2 would suit me better. So. But yeah, let me give you some specs on this. This is my first Para 3, so if you guys already own them and know the specs, I'm sorry, but I just like to give specs in my videos. Blade length is 3 inches, closed length 4.25 inches, overall length 7.25 inches. We have a weight of 3 ounces, a clip point flat ground satin blade, now acid washed. We have a Bowler K390 with the Rockwell hardness of 61 to 63. Not bad. We have a compression lock. The scales were Ranger Green G10, not Army. Stainless steel liners, and right hand or left hand tip up or tip down pocket clip. With these scales, it's only right hand tip up. So let's this thing is an excellent slicer. And this thing came wicked sharp. But yeah, this is a really good fidget knife in my opinion. I love to flick it. It's easy to deploy. Easy to Spidey flick. Whatever you want. I do like this front choil, forward choil here. It is very nice. This would be a great EDC knife for a lot of people. I know a lot of people love this knife. And I like it, I really do, but it's just too small for me. It is too small, and I decided that I'm going to let it go. And whoever bought it, because I'm shipping it out today, whoever bought it got a killer deal on it too. Another issue that I've heard people have is the pocket clip placement or the lanyard hole placement. I mean, And when you get a deep carry clip, sometimes it'll kind of cover up the lanyard hole. So the one I got happened to have a little cutout right there, so it went around the lanyard hole. This is MXG clip and allows you to have full access to the lanyard hole. We have a one body screw on each side holding it together, and the pivot screw, which is a pretty neat and simple design. And then we have the stop pin here. Boom. This is pretty much a smaller size variant of the military paramilitary 2 line, and I just, I think it's a great EDC option for a lot of people. This is made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. And that's about it. There you go. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This is Spyderco Para 3 and K390. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one.